Good morning, students. Welcome to my class. Students, in the previous session, we started tenses. We started learning tenses and we learned what the tense exactly means or how do we form tenses, what does the tense describe about, or what we study exactly in tense. We learned the answer of all these questions. We learned that we learn to use the correct form of verbs in different situations, in different time, and that is all about the tense. As the definition, as the definition says, tense is the combination of time and state of an action. When an action is taking place and in which way it is taking place. It's all about the tense. We learned simple present tense and simple past tense. We learned to form the affirmative, negative, and interrogative sentences with the correct form of verbs in simple present and simple past tense. We also learned in which conditions we use these tenses. To speak what we use these tenses. Moving further, today we will learn the next kinds of tenses. We will cover in the present session the present continuous tense and the past continuous tense. Let us start with the present continuous tense. As we talk about the structure, the formation of sentences in present continuous tense, we form affirmative in this way. We start with the subject, then we use the helping verb. What are the helping verbs in present continuous tense? These are is, am, are. So subject, then helping verb, then main verb. This is, see, in tenses you are required to remember the verb form, helping verb and main verb. Which helping verb will be used and in which form the main verb will be used. This is what you need to learn exactly. So, in present continuous tense, we use is, am, are as helping verb and present participle form of the main verb. This is what you need to learn. Negative sentences are formed with adding not in the helping verb, which are is, am, are, and we keep the main verb in present participle form. Similarly, the interrogative sentence in present continuous tenses are formed by using the helping verb is, am, are at the beginning, then subject, and then the main verb in present participle form, and we end it with a question mark. Now don't ask me, you don't remember the present participle form of verb. We have practiced a lot. We have practiced as much that I expect everybody to remember what present participle form is. In the previous class, I found some of you not remembering the present form and past form of the verb when I asked. It was very disappointing. So I hope you have worked on the forms of verb. Now you remember the present form, the past form, the present participle form, and the past participle form. So in present continuous, we use the is, am, are as helping verb, and present participle form of main verb. Now let us move to the uses of this tense. Students, we learned in the previous session that simple past or simple present tense are used in a particular situation. Similarly, present continuous tense is also used in particular situations or conditions to express certain kind of actions. Which kind of action we express with simple present continuous tense? It's these are the first rule says this tense is used to describe any action taking place at the present moment or time. Present moment or present time means the time when you are speaking, you are thinking. All right. So, the time you are thinking of something or the time you are speaking of something, if any action takes place at the same time, that action is to be spoken or written in which tense? Present continuous tense. As you can see in the example, she is preparing breakfast right now. Right now means the moment you are speaking, somebody is doing something. So that is why we have used present continuous tense. The next use is this tense is also used to describe any temporary action. Any temporary action which is happening about this time but not necessarily at the moment of speaking. There are some there are some actions that is not actually happening at the present moment at the time of speaking or thinking, but around the time it is happening, like in a temporary way. We do it for some time, then we do something else, again we start the same thing. It happens at a regular interval in a continuous way. Like you we say, we are studying online these days. It doesn't mean that at the time of speaking we are doing that thing, but we are doing at a certain interval in a continuous way. We study today, we will study tomorrow, we studied in the past also. So this action is taking place at a certain interval in a continuous way. That is why it is called a temporary continuous action, and it is written in present continuous tense. One more use of this tense is this is also used to describe any fixed or planned future action. Now you will say to express any planned or fixed future action, we use simple present. Yes, we use simple present, but we also use present continuous. So you have the option whether you can use simple present or present continuous to express future action, like she is coming tomorrow, I am leaving for Delhi next week. So if there is a sense of going to happen, something is going to happen, we will use present continuous tense. And if there is a sense of something which is certain and in indefinite kind of nature, that is something indefinite kind of nature, we use the simple present tense. I hope it's clear now. Like the prime minister comes tomorrow at the prime minister comes tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Or we can also speak it like the prime minister is coming tomorrow at 10 o'clock. There is no difference, there is no uh, issue speaking in any ways. You can speak in both ways. Now, these are the uses of present continuous tense. You may use present continuous tense in any of these situations. Now, let us move to past continuous tense. Like present continuous tense, past continuous tense also describes an ongoing action, an action that continues or that happens continuously. But here the difference is time. In present continuous tense, any action taking place at the present moment. But in past continuous tense, we express such kind of action which was continue at a certain time, at a particular time in past time. Like she was returning from school in the evening last day. We are talking about past and we are talking about a particular time which is evening. So something was continue at a particular time in past, and that is why it is written in past continuous. She was returning from school in the evening last day. You can see evening is a particular time and last day is the past. So in past time we are using any particular time and the action was continue. Samir and his friend were doing yoga in the morning yesterday. Again, we are talking about any particular time in past. Yesterday is past. So Samir and his friend were doing yoga in the morning yesterday. Here it says Samir was doing something at a particular time in the past time. This is the uses of past continuous tense. This is one use of past continuous tense. We will learn one more use, which is in past times sometimes two actions take place, and these are called parallel action. If two actions are continue happening, or if two actions are going on, if two actions are continue at the same time, we join them with some conjunction, and the conjunction used to join such actions is while. So whenever you join a sentence with while, the sentence starting with, or the part of the sentence starting with while, is written in past continuous tense. In the example you can see, he came in while I was dancing. As soon as you start any sentence with while, that will be in past continuous, was dancing. While I was sleeping, my mother got me up. While, the part which is starting with while is written in past continuous, and the rest depends on the meaning, which tense it will go. In the simple past tense also I had described such kind of sentences. When we use when to connect two actions, it is written in simple past, but when we use while to connect, it is written in past continuous. So that is what you need to remember. What, sorry, when, simple past, while, past continuous. Now, structure we did not discuss about, no? Let us see the structure of sentences. In affirmative sentence, we again start the sentence with subject. The structure is almost the same as present continuous, only the change is the helping verb. In past continuous, we use was, were as helping verb, and in present continuous, we use is, am, are as helping verb. In negative sentences, we use not with was and were, and in interrogative sentence, we start with the helping verb was, were, then we use the subject and the main verb in present participle form, and we end with question mark. So that is all about the present continuous and past continuous tenses. I hope I was able to make you understand to form sentences, different kinds of sentences in these two tenses, and also to use the present continuous and past continuous tenses exactly, correctly, and properly. So that is it for the students. I hope it was a fruitful session for you. Thank you.